Have you had an ectopic pregnancy and you're wondering whether you have a medical malpractice lawsuit? What is an ectopic pregnancy? So an egg that's been fertilized travels down the part of your body called the fallopian tube, and there it will eventually get into the uterus and the baby will grow. Now, sometimes that egg gets stuck in the fallopian tube. It doesn't make its way all the way down, and it can begin to grow and cause pain. And many women will experience this type of pain and they will go to their doctor. And many times the doctor will just tell them that this is the normal things you can expect from being pregnant, or they may say it's a strained muscle or give you some other information that's totally wrong. But it could be an ectopic pregnancy, which means that that egg is growing inside your fallopian tube because it's stuck. So how do doctors handle this? How are they supposed to diagnose an ectopic pregnancy? Well, the best way is to do an ultrasound. And what that means is you go in and they take a picture of your body and your fallopian tube, and they put gel on your stomach with a camera. And a skilled doctor or technician can see whether there has been an ectopic pregnancy, whether there's been an egg that's stuck in the fallopian tube. That's the best way to find this out. So what can you do if you see that there's an ectopic pregnancy? Well, you can give medication that dissolves that egg. That egg, unfortunately, probably will not be able to be dislodged or made unstuck. That egg has to be dissolved, because if it continues to grow, the fallopian tube is very thin, and if it grows too much, it can rupture that fallopian tube, and that can cause extensive damage. Now, that's what happens in a medical malpractice case. Number one, there is a failure to recognize that there may be an ectopic pregnancy, and just telling the woman that this is the normal pains of pregnancy or that there's some kind of strained muscle. And a failure to take an ultrasound, a picture, to make sure that the egg is not stuck in the fallopian tube. Part two is this continues to grow and the fallopian tube bursts. And unfortunately, once that happens, that can be very dangerous to the mom. And actually, in moving forward, when you only have one fallopian tube left, that can reduce your chances of having a pregnancy, because each woman has two fallopian tubes. And if one is ruptured and destroyed and can't be repaired, that means you only have one. Does that mean you won't get pregnant? No. But does it increase the likelihood that it can be more difficult? Yes. So many doctors think ectopic pregnancies are no big deal, and that even if you have a ruptured fallopian tube, that's no big deal because you still have one working fallopian tube. Well, that may not necessarily be true. So if this has happened to you, please leave your information below. You need to speak with an experienced medical malpractice attorney.